Hello, this is Sheshachalam from Astrogat Mysore. Yesterday, when I had posted the video on Saturn in the fourth house, I had, I don't know by chance what happened suddenly. Sometimes it happens that I have totally forgotten one particular signification of the fourth house. The fourth house has a very important signification of education, particularly that particular phase of education where one will be deciding as to which particular stream a person would love to take. Like, for example, let us say a person is now in the 10th standard or in the 12th, the 10th grade or the 12th grade. This is high time when the person has to, you know, at that age, very less exposure, and most of the exposure will be because the elders will be talking to them with regard to whether science is good, whether the maths is good, whether you have to go to commerce line, you have to go to business line, whether you have to get into arts. So all these subjects, there's a lot of confusion for children. So in this particular area, when Saturn is in the fourth house, what will the person choose? How will the person manage to understand? Person in the sense that the native who has a Saturn in the fourth house. Just a minute, yeah. How will the person be able to understand the requirement at that particular hour, at that particular time? That we will discuss today. So Saturn is a methodical, practical, hands on experience and implementation. These are the significations of Saturn. That is a methodical person, a person who would want to implement, practical person who would, it's like nuts and bolts and hands on work. So, occupational, vocational. So, when Saturn is in the fourth house, a person would always prefer to be in the field, on the field work. Like, for example, in marketing, or for example, in civil engineering, or for example in big dam projects, dam reservoir projects, dam, not DAMN, so dam building projects, big reservoir projects, or pipelines from gas pipelines. Saturn indicates fuel, it indicates iron, it indicates steel, it indicates forging, casting, hard work, toiling in the soil, agriculture. So the occupations which are pertaining to Saturn vary in a huge spectrum. Saturn is not a small planet to understand so easily. For example, a retro Saturn can become a software engineer because he would like to sit in a place, not spend too much physical energy, but work. So a retro Saturn in the fourth house, and very strong retro Saturn, exalted retro Saturn, that person would want to become a lawyer, want to become a politician, want to become in a good sense, politician in a very good sense, and he would want to become what you say, a journalist, a good writer. So retro Saturn has different aspects. And regular Saturn, a person wants to get into the government, into the irrigation department, wants to get into the government as an IAS officer. So if it is a good Saturn, I'm talking about only a strong good Saturn here, whether it is a retrograde Saturn or it is a Saturn in the fourth house along with a beautiful planet like Venus or Mercury. Mechanical engineering, automobile engineering, architecture, civil engineering, going into deep subjects of thermodynamics, because all those thermodynamics which are involved with machines, factories, lathe work, CNC machining, all this hard work where the routine, the whistle blows and the person has to get into the factory. The whistle blows, he has to go for his lunch. The whistle blows, he has to start his work once again in the afternoon. Again, the whistle blows, he goes out of the factory. It's on shift basis. You keep working in a routine, it's like an operating mechanism. So people don't get bored here. With the Saturn in the fourth house, these people can work continuously the same thing. They don't get bored. If it is a bad Saturn in the fourth house, if it is a weak Saturn in the fourth house, a bad Saturn, they will always be cribbing. I did not want to do this. I don't want to do this. But because, I have liabilities, I have a family, I have this, I have that, I have to pay the fees, I'm working here. I'm doing such a hard work. So they feel that. A good Saturn, they don't feel that difficulty or lethargy. A weak Saturn, a person is always very lethargic. To make that person get up and do the work itself is so difficult. The reasons might be variety of reasons. Maybe a person would have, gone through a very difficult operation of the kidneys. Maybe he has gone through, let us say, what is that, kidney transplantation. I have a chart with kidney transplantation with Saturn in the fourth house. It happens. So, and it's not one chart. I have many references with regard to urinary discomfort, kidney stones, all this happening when Saturn is in the fourth house, because it sees the sixth house from the fourth, the fifth, and the sixth. That is the third aspect of Saturn. So the aspects of Saturn are many. From the fourth, it sees the third, the seventh, that is the tenth house, and the tenth from it, which is the ascendant. Such an important placement. So it influences the ascendant. The way the person thinks also is influenced by the fourth placement of Saturn. So stable, slow thinking, methodical thinking, and very stable in their job. They grow with their job slowly in the same company. 20 years in the same company, they become the chief of the company, CEO of the company. So they are very good and stable in career building. That is what is Sasa Yoga. You know, they have double degrees, they have doctorates, they are very good at their job, they are very silent, stable people. But if it is weak, they are lethargic, they don't want to work. They don't even lift their body, and I'm not telling they don't even lift their body and go around. It's very difficult for them to actively jump and move around. So they are usually active at night, because Saturn is a planet which is strong at night. And because it is in the fourth house, people think that they can sit at night and burn the lamp, and they can study well, and they can, get through governmental examinations like IAS. No, you need to reverse it. You need to sleep at night, give rest to your brain. Early morning, when before sunrise, Saturn is extremely active. Just before sunrise, let us say from 4:30, that is what is called as the Brahma Muhurta. A Brahma Muhurta is the Muhurta. What is a Muhurta? I will do the calculations. I have to teach the Panchanga. But anyway, I'll just give you the definition of Muhurta. From sunrise to sunset, calculate the number of hours, divide by 15, the amount of minutes what is got is one Muhurta. So usually when you calculate 12 hours exactly and divide by 15, you will get 48 minutes as one Muhurta. And Brahma Muhurta is penultimate Muhurta before the sunrise. That is, sunrise, let us say it happens at 6 o'clock in the morning. So 48 minutes before that. So that is 5 o'clock and 12 minutes, the Brahma Muhurta ends. So that means before 5:12, 48 minutes before that is the span of the Brahma Muhurta. So that is somewhere approximately comes between 4:30 and 5:12. 4:30 and 5:12 is 42 minutes. So let us say 6 minutes more. So that is 4:34 to 5:12. So that would be when sunrise is at 6 a.m. exact. But if it is a little different, you need to do the calculation. I have told you how to calculate the span between previous day's sunset and the next day's sunrise. You take the number of hours divided by 15, you get the Muhurta timing, and then you can come back and you can calculate the Brahma Muhurta. That is the 14th Muhurta from the start, or second Muhurta from behind, that is from sunrise. So you sit in that time meditate, you concentrate, you do your yoga, do your pranayama, and study. I will tell you, this is a beautiful time for students who are having a strong Saturn in the fourth house. You can do wonders. You can be a very strong pillar to the country wherever you are, whichever country you are in. You can become a very strong politician, you can become a very strong scientist, you can become a space scientist, aeronautical scientist, because Saturn represents air, wind, space. So you can become fantastic into it. Even agriculturists, early morning, getting up early morning, doing your meditations, doing your yoga, doing your breathing exercises, that is what Saturn wants you to do. But the lethargy, because of it being weak in the fourth house, will never allow you to even see the sunrise. It's like you will be putting a pillow on your head, and you will be down somewhere into the bed. You don't want to even see sunrise. So that is a very negative, dangerous thing to happen to a student. So with regard to students, what you have to do if Saturn is weak, follow routine. Follow strict routines, strict food habits. Do not overeat at the same time. At any one time, do not fill your plate to the brim and keep eating. No, you eat normal diet, you do your exercise, do your pranayama in the morning, and I'll tell you, you can achieve fantastic, wonderful things. So I had left out this particular thing in our my briefing when I had spoken to you yesterday. So hope this additional video, it's I'll put it as the continuation for the earlier video of Saturn in the fourth house. Thank you very much for today's class.